Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Cryptids and Monsters video. Well, here is another entry based on one of your past suggestions. So again, I'm going to do several more of these for this go around and then finally start working on some other items. This one was suggested also over a year or so ago, and it has to do with a very interesting monster of sorts that, if it's still around, it apparently has been in hibernation ever since its appearance back in over 100 years ago, and then sometime between the last mid-century or so. So where this thing is, who knows, but it definitely made an impact, because to this very day, the location that it was reportedly found, this town still celebrates its existence. It reminded me so much of some of my other cryptids that I've talked about in the past, where it's just one instance where you have the appearance of something, and then generation after generation almost, it seems like that town celebrates that particular creature's existence. So this one has to do with a monster known as the Beast of Busco, which you're looking at a drawing of here. Now, it's called the Beast of Busco. It makes it seem like it's like a savage creature of some sort, but no, there reportedly seems to be no tales about it being anything harmful to humans or attacking humans or just being a nuisance altogether. No, in fact, this thing, it just pretty much seems to be on its own world and its own existence. At least the two times that it was found, it just seemed to be minding its own business, and that was it. So let's go ahead and we'll talk about this fascinating creature. All it is, in essence, is a giant, almost enormous sized snapping turtle. That's it. Nothing really different about it than your average snapping turtle, other than it's many times larger. As far as its actual size, I tried to see any information about its description, but I couldn't really find it, at least based on some of the depictions that you'll see, some of the drawings and pictures throughout this video. It's the full gamut of things. Maybe it's the size of a dog, and then at other times it's much larger than a car, maybe even the size of a small home. I guess it just depends on the artist's depiction, because again, there's no really known record of anybody actually measuring the Beast of Busco in terms of its full size, or giving some kind of detailed description as to a comparable size, like what size could it be compared to. Now, I had mentioned that there's only really about maybe two known instances of this creature being encountered, this giant snapping turtle. Let's talk about the first one. It has to do with the town, again, that celebrates the existence of this turtle. It's a unique name. It's called Busco, I hope I'm saying it right, Busco, Indiana. And the very first instance, the very first encounter, happened in the late 1800s, 1898 to be exact. So again, over 100 years or so ago, there in that town of Busco, Indiana, the first known instance was a farmer named Oscar Folk. He supposedly saw this creature somewhere near his farm there by the lake. It was a 7-acre lake that he happened to have there on his farm. He saw this creature just, I guess, minding its own business, just either walking from the lake or walking to the lake. Either way, he saw it, and he told others about it, but nothing else really came about with regards to that experience. Either nobody else believed him, or maybe they did believe him, but they didn't necessarily want to do anything with this creature, because when you're talking about a snapping turtle, like I said, they're not really like in this one, the Beast of Busco, like it wasn't harmful to humans, but the reason they're called a snapping turtle is clearly that beak of theirs. It is ferocious when it comes to its prey. If you've ever seen footage of the snapping turtle in action, you can see that it absolutely just extends its neck and it snaps that beak onto its prey almost like lightning. It's so fast, it's hard to believe that that an animal this slow can even react that fast. But in this case, maybe those people, they just didn't want to mess with it, and so that was it. That was the first known instance, just one sighting by this farmer, Oscar Folk, and then no one else really doing anything about it, including Oscar himself. The legend, though, started right then and there, because Ever since then, the Beast of Busco has taken on a second moniker. It's been known as Oscar the Turtle, and it's like an affectionate term based on the farmer Oscar Folk having found this creature, being the first one to do so. And in fact, you'll probably see throughout various images here in this video how several places within that town currently, the Churubusco, seem to have the name Oscar tied to the turtle. Again, it's all because of this farmer and his first encounter with it. So let's talk about the second encounter. So you have to cut to about a half century later, July 1948, there, two citizens, one by the name of Ora Blue and another one by the name of Charlie Wilson, also saw this creature, this giant snapping turtle, which by then they probably recognized it based on the legend of the Beast of Busco from a half a century or so ago. They were fishing on a lake that was called Folk Lake. And while they were fishing there, that's when they saw this gigantic creature either roaming about the lake or maybe peering up its head and its shell and then coming back down. Who knows? But whenever they saw it, they gave the most accurate description yet. It's still a little loose, but it's something. The only thing they could describe was how much this thing weighed, which was about 500 pounds. So that is pretty big when it comes to a turtle like that. Again, it can give you a size, an idea of how big a creature has to be in order for it to be that large. 500 pounds, that definitely is something. Around that same time, there was one more person that saw this creature, a farmer by the name of Gail Harris. They happened to have a land near that area as well, and that farmer also reported seeing the creature. Now, I don't know where they saw this creature specifically, other than near that land, or what kind of interaction they had with the creature, who knows. But now you had three people within that second encounter verifying the existence of this creature. And there seemed to be at that point a little bit of pandemonium of sorts. Quickly gossip spread within the town of Churubusco, and when that happened, expeditions just came up left and right. People started to come out either in the evenings or in the afternoons, who knows, and maybe it was like a quest of some sort, but people actually started their own expeditions to try to find this beast, and they got pretty aggressive about it. Like they were actually going out right to that lake, right to that Folk Lake. Some were draining certain areas of the lake, if you can believe it, and others were purposely using their boats to try to draw out the creature. Motorboating is the term, essentially, the lake itself, just trying to see if they could do anything as far as having this creature come out of its resting place. But no matter how much they did so, this Beast of Busco stayed where it was. It did not have any other sighting thereafter. As far as what had happened to the Beast of Busco, who knows? I mentioned at the very beginning that maybe there's a chance that it's hibernating. That's how some people speculate, because of the way sometimes turtles act. But as far as it coming out sometime soon, who knows? It hasn't been seen yet again for another half century. So anytime in the 1990s, 2000s, and beyond, nope, no other known existence of it. Maybe it's just there resting at the bottom of that lake, just sleepy for now, at least until it wakes up again. But again, the town itself still celebrates the existence of this Beast of Busco. They have these things called Turtle Days, which some of the pictures probably showed here. You've seen there's these festivals of sorts that happen every June. There's parades, there's carnivals, people celebrate several items themed around turtles, including turtle races. So that's all pretty neat stuff. Again, all in homage to this creature that has reportedly been seen twice, the Beast of Busco, or Oscar the Turtle, as a more affectionate name. So pretty interesting stuff. That's pretty much all the info tied to this unique monster. If anyone has any more information about other legends, other tales, other encounters there in Churubusco, Indiana, maybe if someone has family members, or if you happen to be someone that, let's say, lived around that area yourself, and you happen to know more about this unique creature, please post that comment below. It'd be great to share with anyone else about that info. But yes, the Beast of Busco, that is pretty fascinating again to see how a town has pretty much absorbed everything in terms of these encounters and made it part of its culture. I love it when towns do that, and then they do that in a fun way. When you have these parades and you have these carnivals, all based on this type of cryptid or this type of monster. So, right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care.